Do you have a personal philosophy that you
Yes.
could share?
I want to give more than I took. Because I want the selfish leverage of that.
Explain what you mean.
I want to give more than I took because I don't want to owe anybody anything. And I want to pay back the gifts that I was naturally given because my parents had sex at the right moment.
So, I've watched you.
I mean, I don't know, like it might have been a big snowstorm in Russia that day and like anything could have happened. I mean this, you know, this is one of my most viral pieces of content. I love that everybody's so into math and big data and quant and have not deployed the level of gratitude around the math of 400 trillion to 1, which is the odds of being a fucking human being. There's nothing you'll ever accomplish that's more remarkable than that you have a chance to accomplish something. If we can lean into gratitude,
There you go.
a lot of good can happen. I don't know, I'm just super grateful, and it is an enormous, there is no Red Bull, there is no fucking soda or coffee that comes anywhere close to gratitude. People think I'm fucking drugged the fuck up. I haven't even smoked a cigarette in my life, because my mom got fucking Nancy Reagan'd, you know, and so I just came to realize, oh shit, this insanity is predicated on gratitude. When you're so grateful for the at-bat, you're happy. But people dwell about dumb shit.
Yeah, the small stuff is so small, and
People are like mad when they get the wrong milk. Like seriously, I go to Starbucks, you know, I travel a lot, you go to Starbucks and like, I asked for almond milk. I'm like, this fucker bought a $7 coffee. Like, it's crazy. The fuck is the matter with people? We need to start some sort of cultural rule that anybody who's mean to somebody that works at Starbucks should get punched in the throat. Like, it should become a meme. Like, it's the collective responsibility of somebody to punch that person in the face.
we don't condone that here. I like working here, so I just can't even laugh at some of this stuff.
I don't work here. I don't work here. Punch people in the face.
I'm glad you made the point about gratitude. It really is. It really is sort of central to some of the things that we've got Dr. Glenn Fox, who's a specialist in gratitude. He'll put you in, by the way, he'll put you in an fMRI machine, stimulate gratitude, stimulate different emotional states, and watch what happens in your brain. And he's an expert on that. It truly is. Better outcomes, better life, better health, better recovery.
I believe in it the most. People's perspective is broken.
I've been watching you just call up friends randomly now and tell them you love them.
It's really nice. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm on tilt on this gratitude thing. Like, people's perspectives are completely broken. And parents, sending your kids to a third world country for 4 days to build a house ain't gonna fucking fix it.
And he calls them verbally stated goals. He says, once I commit to something, I tell everyone I know, because that commits me, and it also opens the world to sort of help me. What's your verbally stated goal?
I'm gonna buy the New York Jets. I'm coming, bro. You're young as fuck, you'll see it. It's 100% gonna happen. Like, I don't even know why it's so obvious to me. Like, I genuinely think back to the world helping. I actually believe, recently I had a weird dream, it was very vivid. The opportunity finally happened, and I was in a great spot. It was like 20 years from now. I was right there, but I wasn't all the way financially there. And then I just, like, everybody knew that the moment was upon us because the Johnson family was selling the Jets. And then the country rallied and go-funded the rest of it. It's funny, I'll make this very USC'd out. Vayner Sports is a sports agency that my brother and I started. It's 3 years old, it's doing extremely well. We have 25 guys we rep. We love football, we're all about it. It is our passion. We had the great fortune of being in the final 3 to get Sam Darnold. So I flew, this is the second year, our company's like 2 seconds old. But because of who I am and because of who Sam is, we were in the mix, legitimately in the mix, much to the like shock of like the sports agency world. So we fly to Sam's house. I fly from family vacation. I remember Sam's dad calls and goes, it's this time, this is the only slot, this is when we're doing it. And I remember like me and AJ working on logistics, and like the only way we could do it was I had to get like a private plane, which I don't like being bougie, but I'm like, fuck it, this is the moment, like, you know? So we get there, and it's like the greatest, and they're the best. I don't know how many of you interacted with Sam at his time here, but like the best dude and all this good stuff. And it gets to the final moment of the pitch, and we're just wrapping up, and I look at Sam and his parents, and I go, Darnold, listen to me and listen to me good. If I had my choice of Sam going with Vayner Sports and going #1 overall to the Browns, and mind you, if Sam had decided to go with Vayner Sports, he didn't, but if he did, it would have changed the trajectory of our company. It would have like been disproportionate leverage, it would have changed everything. I go, if I had my choice of you going to Vayner Sports with us and going #1 overall to the Browns, or you not going with us, but going 3 to the Jets, I'm telling God right now, I want you to go to the Jets. And we were in the green room because we represented Josh Jackson at that draft, and he gets picked, and I'm like, there's this incredible clip of Sam getting drafted and hugging his parents, and me in the background looking like a weird fucking stalker. And like, he gets drafted, and like, I hug his mom like 1 second late, like literally, she just had Sam, and then she turns to me and she hugs me, and she whispers, and she's like, you told God to do it. So yeah, I really think I'm gonna buy the Jets, and I think America's gonna love it.
I hope it happens while Sam's still a quarterback, because
That won't happen.
You got a hell of a player.
That won't happen, only because, you know, I'm a marathon runner. Back to everything I just told you. I will not do short-term behavior. I need another 20 to 25 years, but I will do it. I will retire Sam's number.
How do you know when a business opportunity or venture is worth your time? And when do you say no when so many people would say yes in that situation?
I think too many people overvalue their time when their time is worth nothing. So, this is my favorite one. Like, I love when people are like, yo, is this worth my time? I'm like, well, and it's in a business context. I'm like, well, how much money is your business making? They're like, yo, I don't have one yet. I'm like, well, your time is worth dick zero. So I think people are audacious with their time. They're fancy before they're fancy. So everything's worth your time when you're at zero. You may bail. I'm a big believer of I'm in yes culture. My whole game is yes, comma. I'm not a great person to ask the no thing. I think there's people that are more disciplined at no. I just like the value of yes. And then if I'm a week, an hour, a year in, and I've realized it's not right, I leave. I bail. Because I'm not worried about the loss, because I'm not hearing anybody's opinions. I think you get context. You know, the reason I like starting up and stopping businesses is because I like the context. Like right now, I'm super hot on this thesis that sports trading cards are about to explode again. So I'm spending an ungodly amount of, I spent 4.5 hours looking at qualitative data and quant data on eBay around Giannis rookie cards from Prism graded PSA 10. 4.5 hours. I don't have like 3 minutes for people that are running like $10 million businesses for me. So I like saying yes because I know I'm learning things, and then if I decide it's not worth it, I'll bounce. So a couple things I would tell you is, one, we need less audacity, right? And we need more tasting. And so, and I know when it's time to say no after I've said yes and realized after tasting it, it's no. You know how many people hate oysters but have never had one? That's how I think about that question.
Excellent.
So when did you know Wine Library was a great vehicle for entrepreneurship, and did you ever think about quitting?
I knew Wine Library was right because my biggest goal at 18 years old was to go and work for my family business for a decade. I stayed longer to build a massive business for my parents because I loved them so much, and I had to give more than I took. And so they gave me so much, including fucking life itself. And so you know, it was a brain twist of like, how do I do this? So the biggest thing I'm proud of on earth is that from when I tell kids to be patient, they don't know my narrative a lot of times. I, as a 22-year-old kid, worked for my parents' business for 12 years, every day, every Saturday, gave up my entire social life during my 20s, which is the prime, took my family business from a $3 to a $65 million business, and then left at 34 years old with no money because I never paid myself more than $100,000 a year because I poured all the money back into the business, and I own 0.0% of the business. Because that's what immigrants do. It's a different model, right? Like, it's the family, when a family starts a business, it's the family business, and you don't get the business until the family dies. Like, and I wanted to do other things, so I came, I did my thing, I changed the course of my parents' financial life, the way they changed and created the course of my life, and then I was ready to do my own thing at 34 with nothing. So when people are impatient at 26, I laugh because I only started at 34 for me. Because the first 12 years was for them. And so I knew that was right from the get because that was my mission.